Hello everybody and welcome back to Max's Perspective podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about skydiving, which is jumping out of airplanes. Who has done this and who wants to do this? I personally have not done this, and to be honest, I don't really want to do it. I know everybody thinks, oh, skydiving, that's definitely something I want to do sometime in my life. But to be honest, I don't really have this craving. Maybe I will one day, but it's not something I'm definitely looking to do. But it is quite interesting. Skydiving, I mean, it looks very fun, very thrilling, and very scary. So yeah, is this a popular thing to do in Taiwan? I haven't heard of it or seen it. When I was younger, living in my hometown, there was a small airport, because it wasn't a big city, it was just a small city. It had a small airport. And on Saturdays and Sundays, everything was sort of quiet in the town, in my neighborhood. And you could hear like the sound of an airplane flying overhead, like a small airplane flying not too high. So not a passenger airplane, not like carrying many people. It's just one of those small airplanes. And you'd kind of hear that noise, and then suddenly you'd hear it stop. And because this happened almost every weekend for many years, I kind of got used to that noise, and that noise meant when the noise stopped, and then a few seconds later it would start again. Brrr. And in that moment that it stopped, it was actually skydivers jumping out of the airplane. So when the airplane turns off its engine, everybody jumps out, and then the pilot turns on the engine again, and he goes and parks the airplane. So I always kind of knew that there was skydiving around my house, and it was always interesting to see that and hear that. But yeah, now that I'm older, I don't really feel like doing that. What if something goes wrong? Although I don't think there's too many cases of that happening. Also, did you know if you skydive, you kind of have two choices. You can jump with a instructor, and that's called tandem skydiving. So you just like attached to another person, and he's a professional skydiver, and he will sort of get you out the airplane and jump with you, and he'll pull the string and he'll guide the parachute down and help you land. So you're doing it with a professional the whole time. Another option is called static line, and that's when you jump out of the airplane by yourself, but the parachute is attached to the airplane, and it sort of automatically opens after a certain amount of time. I think there's like a line connected from the parachute to the plane. So once you drop a certain amount of meters from the plane, the parachute will automatically open, and then you on your own to glide down to the land. So I think there's pros and cons with both of those, but still both of them pretty scary. So what I have seen and what I have done in my life is paragliding. Paragliding is when you have a parachute, you're attached to a parachute, and then you run and you sort of jump off a hill or a mountain. And you also do this tandem. So you have an instructor, and he or she will run with you and jump with you, and you're attached to each other, and you sort of float off the mountain, and you will go down all the way to the land, which could be the beach or wherever, just down to the land. And I once did this in Turkey. Can you believe it? I did this in Turkey, and it was really fun. It's actually in a famous place in Turkey for paragliding. If you Google paragliding, you would probably see this place. It was called Uludeniz, and it had this really high mountain, and then this spectacular beach. So I was staying at this beach place, and I saw these people paragliding, and they advertise it everywhere. It's obviously like the main attraction of that place. So yeah, one day I went and I did it, and you drive up this huge mountain. It's like 2,000 meters high off sea level, and then you get to the top, and then they like, yeah, put you into a parachute bag thing, and then you get an instructor guy, and he like tells you what to do, and you both like run off this mountain. It was really like scary, because if the wind doesn't get you, you would just like run off this mountain. Okay, but the wind does get you, and then you float, and yeah, it's an incredible thing. And if you've got a nice view, it's just amazing. That one was so high, it took us like 30 to 40 minutes to get to the bottom. It was like this long thing. And I've seen this in Taiwan. Like, I've seen it in Ilan. I think they have it in Puli, probably Taidong. So I would recommend to anyone who's thinking about doing this to go paragliding. It is a cool thing to do, something you should definitely do. And it's not too scary. It's not like skydiving. It's not super scary. I think a child can do it, kind of elderly person can do it, and anyone can do it. If you're scared of heights or whatever, like, it'll be okay. And if you're interested in skydiving, then maybe paragliding is a good thing to do first, so that you can see how it feels. Maybe you'll love it and you'll want to do skydiving next, or maybe you'll hate it and you'll realize that skydiving is not for you. All right, so that's all I really know about skydiving. I would like to know from you in the comments. Do you know anyone that's skydived? Have you skydived? Some countries are very famous for skydiving. I know most people who travel to New Zealand end up doing some skydiving. Have you done that? Please let me know. And where in Taiwan do people go skydiving? Thanks for listening, everyone. I'll see you next time.